Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
We are a nation in decline.
Experts are preparing for what is known as Disease X, or the next pandemic.
What we are seeing is a revolution against the system.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the live stream. Today, we're talking about AI basics, the foundations of artificial intelligence, if you will. My name is Vince Tagliavia, and I'll be your host today. And the purpose of this show is just to discuss the fundamental ideas of AI, even just starting with what is AI, and then getting further into different concepts, definitions, and terms, topics surrounding AI. And I think it's important because of the advancements that we see coming. I think everybody should be involved to some degree. The impacts on society are going to be massive. And so lately I've been feeling this urge to learn more about it. And as I do that, I figured it would be nice to come on and share the process of learning this with you all alive. So thank you for tuning in. Please give this a share over on X. As we go, I'm going to be writing all this down, and I'll publish an article later on X explaining all of this, and with the intention of having people provide feedback, add things to it, clarify things that maybe I got wrong along the way. I am a beginner when it comes to AI, but I'll give you a little bit of my background. I spent a good part of a decade in the aerospace industry. And I was actually in the quality aspect of aerospace for nearly a decade, which is a hot topic today. And that's not the purpose of the show, but I was involved in aerospace. And I eventually got into, I was an applications engineer. And what I would do was program metrology equipment, top of the line metrology equipment. And I taught programming courses. And I would test software, find bugs in software, and I'd provide technical support to our sales team. And I worked with aerospace, medical, automotive, as well as other industries. And I would help their quality teams mainly, and in teaching them, whether it was programming or basics in math and geometry and trigonometry and these kinds of things, and programming itself, as well as other contract services. So today I pursue other ventures, and I'm no longer in that industry, but I still have a keen interest in technology, and I think it's important to keep up with, and because we're hearing more and more about it, and I for one want to be a participant in this evolution of AI in these early stages. And when I hear people talk about AI or I read about AI, I want to understand what is being said. I don't want it to be technical jargon and some gobbledygook that I blow off and ignore and disregard, because I think it is that important. So that's kind of the purpose here, and a little bit about myself. Welcome, one and all. Thank you, RM. Thank you, RM, for tuning in. Good evening to you. I hope your day's going fantastic. Good to see you. And if you're tuning in from wherever, go ahead and share, like, and all that jazz. I do appreciate it. Looks like we've got Black Jester over there as well. Thank you, Black Jester. We're going to get right into things here with what is AI in just a moment here. But first, let me go over to I'm going to go over to X and share this out. Let's see here. Go ahead and I'll share this. I'm going to pin it as well to my profile so people can find that. Yeah, if you would, please share. I do appreciate it. We're going to get into things here. Let's do it. So first of all, what is artificial intelligence? And I'll admit, we're going to talk about the fundamentals, but very quickly it does become convoluted and confusing. And so maybe this is just the first step. I don't expect myself or you guys to understand all of this by the end of this show. Okay. I think that it's a good introduction, and maybe it'll just grease the mind up a little bit, introduce us to these different ideas, and set the foundation for more later. Okay. That's kind of the idea here. So, I mean, get comfy, relax, because we have a lot to go through. And I've got my tea here, nice and steeped. So let's go. What is AI? I wrote a basic definition of what is artificial intelligence, the answer to this question here in the beginning of my notes. And I said that AI is intelligence and reason demonstrated by machines, computer systems, rather than humans or other living beings. Of course, I'd be interested to hear your definition of AI and if you agree with that definition of AI, because let's face it, I'm just forming my ideas and I'm open to hearing others, but that's my definition. And then I went off on a little tangent, a side note, if you will, because of my definition of living beings having intelligence and AI being machines or computers displaying the same kind of intelligence or reason. I was thinking about other living beings that display intelligence. You know, obviously humans display intelligence, but we've also got dolphins, elephants, crows and ravens, apes, pigs, parrots, dogs, rats. And that's just kind of the pinnacle of animals that display intelligence. But now we have this whole new thing of machines mimicking neural networks of living beings, animals, humans. So that's a side note there. Maybe a topic for another day, but a fun rabbit hole nonetheless. Thank you for donating, Black Jester. I appreciate it. So that's my definition of AI. Let me know yours in the comments or the live chats or in a post, repost response to this, and I'll happily check that out. This will be a collaborative effort moving forward because it's fun. It's better that way. I could sit here by myself and read all day and sit and read books and all this, but I think this is a lot more entertaining to open it up and have y'all join me along the way. So let's get further into this. So that's what AI is. We see it coming up. Everyone's heard of it at this point. You know, it doesn't matter if you're young or old or anywhere in between. We're all hearing about AI more and more. And there's a lot of different sentiment surrounding it. And it appears we're having technical difficulties, huh? Thank you for that heads up, Mike. Yes, try giving it a refresh if I'm not showing up on Rumble. It seems to be functioning okay on my end. Thank you for tuning in, man. Good to see you. And hello everybody. I'm streaming over there on Pilled and DLive as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you all very much. All right. Well, so yeah, the different sentiments are there, and I understand the concern from both sides. So with that said, let's start before we get into more of the technical stuff. Let's talk about some of the companies that are relevant to AI, especially the tech giants out there, the leading edge or the tip of the spear when it comes to AI technology and whatnot. It's not, Mike. It's not AI. It's A1, like sauce. Mike. All right. Well, I have this whole show wrong then. I'm just kidding. So number one, let's talk about some relevant companies and tech giants that are involved in AI. We've got Google. Google has Google DeepMind. Google DeepMind. Let's talk about it. So ironically enough, in going through this, we're going to be utilizing, and this is, some people hate AI, and I understand, but this is what we're doing, okay? It's kind of going to be a fun little experiment. We're going to utilize the internet to look into these things together. as well as AI. So we're going to look at what Grok has to say about things, which is the AI on X, which is XAI's Grok, Elon Musk's Grok AI that's integrated into X.com. We're going to look at what ChatGPT says, and then we're going to look at deeper into AI, obviously. But also I'd like to look just on other websites as well to figure out what is up with these companies in AI and the basic fundamentals of this. So we've got Google DeepMind. And why don't we, a good place might be to go to Google DeepMind's Twitter, X account. Google, it's at, what is it? At Google DeepMind. At Google DeepMind. Let's see what they say about themselves. Google DeepMind. All right, let's look. So I'll go ahead and share my screen with you. I don't think we need audio, but here, let me share this. I think I'll put me over here. Yeah, so here we go. The Gemini era. I'm going to go ahead and follow and turn on my notifications for Google DeepMind because I want to learn more about this. I want to see what they say, right? So let's see. It says here, we're a team of scientists, engineers, ethicists, and more committed to solving intelligence to advance science and benefit humanity. Good. I like that. Benefit humanity. They put ethics in there. So they're concerned about the ethical nature of AI, which is a huge concern amongst many people. And here they are on X. So let's see one of their pinned post here. We're announcing Tactic AI, an AI assistant capable of offering insights to football experts on corner kicks. Developed with LFC, Liverpool FC, it can help teams sample alternative player setups to evaluate possible outcomes and achieve state-of-the-art results. Well, that's pretty fascinating. Wow. So it's using AI to come up with plays in soccer, aka football, depending on where you are. That's pretty interesting. So let me see what Grok tells us about Google's DeepMind real quick. So I'm going to ask Grok here. Tell me about Google's deep. And oh gosh, I've got stand by. Good googly moogly. Of course. I apologize for the interruption. Am I back? Good God. Am I back? I apologize for the interruption. I've got a storm now. I think we'll be able to maintain a connection, I hope. Give me a 5-5 if I'm clear. But I've asked Grok, the AI on X, to tell me about Google's DeepMind AI. And I'm going to pose the same question to ChatGPT just to kind of compare and contrast here. So let's see. All right, I'll share this with you. Let's see, I guess. Let's go ahead and share this. So here we go. Tell me about Google's DeepMind AI, and this is Grok. And this is what Grok writes. Google's DeepMind AI is a leading artificial intelligence research company that was founded in 2010 by Demis Hassabis, Shane Legg, and Mustafa Suleiman. The company is based in London, UK, and was acquired by Google in 2014. DeepMind's primary focus is on developing general-purpose AI, which can be applied to a wide range of problems and tasks. DeepMind is well known for its breakthroughs in AI research, particularly in the areas of reinforcement learning, deep learning, and neural networks, which we'll talk about what all those things are in a bit. Some of its most notable achievements include AlphaGo, which was it says here in 2016, DeepMind's AI program AlphaGo became the first computer program to defeat a professional human player in the game of Go, widely considered one of the most complex board games in the world, which is a notable achievement. And it reminds me of the achievements acquired by AI, a certain type of AI, the chess bots out there. That is the computers that you play against when you're playing chess online. They've just gotten so advanced, it's remarkable. It says here, number 2, AlphaGo Zero In 2017, DeepMind developed an improved version of AlphaGo called AlphaGo Zero, which was able to learn the game of Go from scratch without any human input and achieved a superhuman level of play. So this is just the utilization of AI in a different means, it appears, to be developed, because when you're developing AI, there's different versions of how this is developed, and we'll talk about that more later on in the show. But it seems like an interesting development, and we're talking 2016, 2017. It's 2024 now, so this is advancing very quickly. So let's look at number 3. AlphaFold. In 2020, DeepMind's AI system AlphaFold made a significant breakthrough in predicting the 3D structure of proteins. Wow, a little bit of biology, pretty cool. It says here, the proteins, which could have major implications for drug discovery and understanding of biological processes. Wow. So yeah, AI is going to affect every facet of study and every industry, from production to engineering and development to marketing, and it already is. Okay, it's so advanced, it already is being used in all these domains. Let's look at number 4 here. Mu Zero. In 2020, DeepMind developed Mu Zero, a general purpose algorithm that can learn to master multiple games, including Go, chess, shogi, and Atari games, without being explicitly programmed with the rules of the games. So basically, you introduce it to these games, and by trial and error, the system is developed and refined to be what would be considered sufficient at these games, or even expert level at these games. Wow. That is some A1 sauce mastery, Mike. Eh? All right, I'm just checking the chats here real quick. Like I said, please retweet if you're live on or repost if you're live on X. That is stuck in my head as Twitter. Gosh, x.com, xxx. Let me check here. All right, onward. Let me see what RM said here. I admit I like playing AI for chess because they make smart moves, but sometimes silly moves. Reminds me of the moves they are making in the narrative clown world. Oh, wow. Well, maybe it's all derived from AI. I don't know. Oh, gosh, here we go. Conspiracy time. Yeah, it's interesting. I enjoy playing AI too. And actually, I'm on chess.com. If you want to challenge me, just search my last name, Tagliavia, and you could challenge me to a game. I'll gladly accept it. I like playing the bots too, because you could kind of see they have different levels of bots. So you could choose a very easy bot, or you could choose a very difficult bot. You could even choose AI models that do their best to mirror the gameplay or the style of famous chess players like Magnus Carlsen. So you could play against the Magnus Carlsen bot or other famous chess players on chess.com by utilizing an AI system. It's really fascinating stuff. So I'm at an intermediate level with the bots on chess.com, and I'm making my way through in order all the way. I want to defeat as many of those bots as I can, and I like getting better at chess. Man, but isn't it crazy? AI is already better at chess than you. My gosh, and chess is a very complicated game. Wow. I mean, talk about obvious, right? Most people know that. Anyway, I don't know. Let me see what ChatGPT said about Google's DeepMind AI. I said same prompt. ChatGPT, OpenAI.com. Tell me about Google's DeepMind AI. Same things here. Hold on. So they went number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grok gave me 4. So what's the difference here? They sell me AlphaGo, which is the same. Their first one in 2016. Alpha Zero. Okay, we talked about that. Healthcare applications, ethical AI, and AGI research. ChatGPT divides it up into these sections as well, which they say healthcare applications. They talk about the applications of DeepMind in healthcare and the AI technology utilized there. Interesting. Ethical AI. They write here that DeepMind is actively engaged in discussions surrounding the ethical implications of AI development and deployment. It has established an ethics and society team to address issues related to fairness, transparency, and accountability in AI systems. DeepMind has published research papers and participated in industry-wide initiatives to promote responsible AI practices. That's good. AGI research. DeepMind's ultimate goal is to develop artificial general intelligence, or AGI, which, let me see, did I even put AGI in my terms? We'll go through this. AGI is the next step, and I wonder how quickly we're going to get there. The next step in artificial intelligence, or a major milestone, if you will. Says here, while artificial general intelligence remains a long-term and ambitious objective, DeepMind's research in reinforcement learning and other AI fields contribute to advancing the field towards this goal. They say DeepMind is at the forefront of AI research. Wow. Okay. So I just want to look in here. Do I have AGI? I don't think I put AGI in my list. My goodness, how could I not? And let's look at the next company. And I wrote down AGI because that's something I need to add if it's not in here. I mean, I think it is. Anyway, onward. Let me see here. RM says, I've never had luck using chess. What do you mean by that, RM? I'd be curious to know what you mean by that. And thank you for reposting for us. I appreciate that very much. All right. I'm not sure what you mean by that, RM. Please elaborate. All right, let's talk about another company, Microsoft. So actually, let's see. Yeah, let's just move on to Microsoft. And we'll do the same thing here. Tell me about Microsoft. Tell me about Microsoft's AI. And if you guys have any other companies that are notable, let me know. So here we go. It's giving me a nice list here. I'm going to ask Grok too. Tell me about Microsoft's AI. Same thing. I want to see how they each extrapolate on this. Just out of curiosity. Microsoft's AI is also known as Microsoft AI. This is from Grok here. Actually, we should probably look. Okay, we'll start. We'll just keep going with this. So Grok produced a list of 10 things, 10 points, and ChatGPT produced a list of 6 things. ChatGPT says Microsoft has a robust AI ecosystem that spans research, products, and services. Here are some key aspects of Microsoft's AI efforts. And by the way, sometimes AI gets things wrong, okay? So we've got to take this with a grain of salt, and all of this really needs to be verified and confirmed as correct. We cannot just solely rely on AI. It has posed many issues. However, I don't think we've had any errors yet, but just something to note. Be careful with AI. I mean, it's not perfect, and there's been hallucinations, if you will, which is a concept of AI making stuff up, if you will, which is a real thing out there that is a big concern and being worked on actively in the AI industry. So anyway, let's see what they say here on OpenAI, ChatGPT. Microsoft Research, number 1. Microsoft Research is dedicated to advancing the state of the art in AI and related fields through fundamental research. It conducts research in areas such as machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, and robotics. Microsoft Research has made significant contributions to AI, including breakthroughs in deep learning and reinforcement learning. So these are the concepts. When they say things like these words, this is what I was referring to earlier as the gobbledygook, the technical jargon. It's like, okay, machine learning, natural language. What is natural language processing? Right? So these are the kinds of things that are important to know when you're simply just reading about what these companies do. So natural language processing, from my understanding, is the way that humans speak. When they say natural language, they're talking about how you and I communicate, like how we are right now. So when I speak to an AI, how it's processed is what they're talking about here. If I tell an AI, like, here's the problem, and it's why they're researching this stuff, is because my inflections, my tiny movements in the muscles in my face when I say something, and my tones and my inflections, all these nuances. And plus, when I say things, there's connections you make in your mind in order to get your best understanding of what I say. And humans are very good at this, right? You can understand sarcasm and these kinds of things, but there becomes problems when I'm talking to people, or when we're talking with each other over just text, for example. You might lose the sarcasm. This is kind of the problem with natural language processing that AI has. When it's interpreting what people are saying, it needs to interpret it properly. And that could be a big challenge, because there's actually a lot of data that goes into understanding natural language, which is just the way that we communicate through our voice, okay, our speech. And maybe that's different. Maybe it's the same for writing, because like in this instance, when we communicate with AI, we're typing out a prompt. Tell me about Microsoft's AI, right? So even that, I think, is part of natural language processing, to even understand what I want out of that request, out of that prompt that is submitted to an AI. So natural language processing is a part of a lot of these AI systems, and it's constantly trying to be improved. And then you start thinking of things like implementing AI into Alexa, or these kinds of things, where you could just simply ask it a question and then it figures it out. The natural language processing becomes very important. Anyway, that's what natural language processing is. Computer vision, robotics. Let's see here. Deep learning and reinforcement learning. Let's look at number 2 here. Azure AI. Microsoft Azure offers a suite of AI services and tools for developers and businesses. This includes pre-built AI models for vision, speech, language, and decision making, as well as tools for building custom machine learning models. Azure AI services enable tasks such as image recognition, text analysis, chatbots, and predictive analytics. There's whole companies based on this, man. Oh, obviously. I mean, this is a big part of Microsoft and Google and others, but it's like I said, the scope of it is massive. All right. Number 3, cognitive services. Microsoft Cognitive Services provides a set of APIs and SDKs that enable developers to integrate AI capabilities in their applications with ease. These services include computer vision, which analyzes and interprets visual content, speech services, which convert speech to text, and vice versa, text to speech. Language understanding, which enables natural language understanding and conversation flow. All right, so let's look at this. What are APIs and SDKs? I don't even know. Is this in my notes? Let's see. What are APIs and SDKs? Let me write this down real quick. APIs and SDKs. And this is cool. So API. If you know, you get points if you put it in the chat right now. So let me see. I'll have it extrapolate on that in a moment. Actually, let's do that now so we can understand exactly what Azure AI is doing here. So we'll just ask ChatGPT, what is API and SDK as it relates to AI? As relates to AI. I guess that makes sense. Let's see what they say. API is application programming interface, and SDK is software development kit. They're both crucial components in development and deployment of AI systems, enabling developers to interact with and leverage AI capabilities in their applications. Cool, and it goes into details about API, the application programming interface, and SDK, the software development kit. Okay. SDK, the software development kit, is a collection of software tools, libraries, documentation, and sample code. SDK provides developers with the resources and tools necessary to develop, train, deploy, and manage AI models and applications. All right, so it's part of the application development kit. Software development kit, SDK. All right, and it goes into deeper details there, which we don't need to go into. I just want a basic understanding. So let's look at API, application programming interface. In the context of AI, an API typically exposes functionalities and services related to AI, such as natural language processing, also abbreviated as NLP, not to be confused with neuro-linguistic programming. It's natural language processing is what it is. Computer vision, speech recognition, and machine learning algorithms. The application programming interface. All right, examples of AI APIs, application programming interfaces, include Microsoft Cognitive Services, Google Cloud AI APIs, and Amazon Web Services AI services. Wow, Amazon too, huh? Fascinating. What's up, Fork? How you doing, man? We're just learning about AI together. Well, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good to see you, Fork. All right, so API and SDK. That's going into the notes later, and I'm gonna publish all this later, but we're just gonna talk about it as we go. So interesting. Let's look at Baidu. Actually, we're still going through this list up here, aren't we? Microsoft's AI system, that was number 2. Let's look at number 3 here, according to ChatGPT. Cognitive services. Okay, I think we actually just looked at that one. Number 4, Microsoft Bot Framework. Wow. The Microsoft Bot Framework allows developers to build, deploy, and manage intelligent bots that can interact with users across multiple channels, including web, mobile apps, Microsoft Teams, and more. So, wow. These bots can leverage AI technologies such as natural language processing and machine learning to understand users' queries and provide personalized responses. So this is like personal AI assistants built into our systems across multiple technologies, across multiple channels, they say. That's really interesting, huh? Project Malmo or Project Malmo. I haven't heard of this. Project Malmo is an open source platform developed by Microsoft for artificial intelligence experimentation and research in the context of Minecraft, a popular sandbox game. It provides a rich environment for training and testing AI algorithms, particularly in areas like reinforcement learning and multi-agent systems. Multi-agent systems. That's going on here. What is a multi-agent system? Right? And this is how I learn, okay? When I'm by myself and I'm reading, if I see multi-agent system, they're talking about a multi-agent system, I'm going to figure out what is a multi-agent system, right? So let's see. I'll go to the internet. Define multi-agent system. Let's see what they say. Wikipedia comes up first. Let's just see what they say, okay? In this context, I think Wikipedia will be a fine resource. Let's see what they say. Multi-agent system, MAS, or self-organized system, is a computerized system composed of multiple interacting intelligent agents. Oh, here we go. Multi-agent systems can solve problems that are difficult or impossible for an individual agent or monolithic system to solve. Intelligence may include methodic, functional, procedural approaches, algorithmic search, or reinforcement learning. Okay, so one cool thing about AI I like to do, kind of silly, but it's nice because when I'm learning something, I really like to know the fundamentals and the base, okay? So, let's see. So I like to understand the fundamentals. That means the basic definitions, because without that, you're lost. I'm lost. We're all lost. So here we go. Multi-agent system. I don't understand what I just read completely. So one cool thing about AI, let's go to Grok. Let's go to Grok here, and we're going to have Grok try to simplify this for us. So I'm going to say, can you explain multi-agent, or I could simply just say explain multi-agent systems. Explain a multi-agent system in simple terms. Okay, there we go. And it's funny. You could also just say, like, explain multi-agent systems in terms that the president of the United States can understand. And it'll understand. It'll know that you want it in layman's terms. And it'll lay it out very simply for you. Maybe even give you a metaphor or an example. So let's see what Grok says here. Multi-agent system. A multi-agent system is a type of artificial intelligence where multiple agents or software programs work together to solve a problem or complete a task. These agents are independent, autonomous, and have their own agenda. I mean, their own goals and knowledge. Why did I say agenda? They communicate and collaborate with each other to achieve a common objective. Okay, they say here, Grok writes, think of it like a team of people working on a project. Each person has their own skills and responsibilities, but they work together to achieve a common goal. A multi-agent system, the agents are like the team members and the system is the project they are working on. The agents in a multi-agent system can be reactive, which means they respond to changes in the environment, or they can be proactive, which means they take the initiative to achieve their goals. They can also have social skills, which allow them to communicate and collaborate with the other agents. Multi-agent systems are useful in many areas, such as traffic management, climate modeling, and energy distribution. They can help solve complex problems by breaking them down into smaller tasks and distributing them among the agents. So it's like a network of AI systems coming together. Let's see how ChatGPT does explain a multi-agent system in simple terms. Just curious. Imagine a world where there are not just one, but many intelligent agents, each capable of making decisions and taking actions to achieve its own goals. All right, kind of the same idea here. Very cool. Okay. All right, so that's what a multi-agent system is. Going back up, where were we? Going back to Microsoft and their AI. They've got ethical AI. So it's talking about Microsoft's committed to the ethics of AI, considering this could be a very dangerous situation here. Elon Musk pointed out the dangers in the ethics of AI quite often. And one video I saw of Elon Musk, he was saying that he sees the potential for AI becoming very advanced in the hands of one group, and that group destroying another group in fear that the other group might obtain AI that would allow them to be destroyed themselves, right? So in defense of themselves, they destroy the other, and we get this huge battle because of AI, which is interesting. And all these companies are concerned about the ethics of AI, and people are too, but like they're all closed source. So as soon as they get advanced enough to where there's military applications and whatnot that are way far out advanced further than anyone else, that's a danger, right? And it could be anybody. It might not be Microsoft. It might not be Google. And let's say they do the right thing. If it was them, it could be Baidu, China's AI. It could be a Russian AI system, which I don't know how Russia's doing with the AI technology. That's interesting. I never even considered looking into that. But every country's doing AI research. Anyway, let's talk about Baidu Incorporated. So let's ask AI, tell me about Baidu and its AI. Tell me about Baidu Inc. and their AI systems. I guess that's a good way to put it. Let's ask Grok the same thing. Tell me about Baidu Inc. and their AI systems. It's funny. This is kind of ironic. It's kind of fun. Baidu Brain, the deep learning platform that provides many of Baidu's AI-based products and services, including voice recognition, natural language processing, and computer vision. The Baidu AI Cloud, Baidu Search, Baidu Doer OS, which is a voice assistant platform, Baidu Apollo, an open source autonomous driving platform, Baidu AI Accelerator, a program that supports AI startups, Baidu AI Education, wow, a program that provides AI-based educational resources and tools to students and teachers. Baidu AI Ethics, a program that focuses on the ethical and responsible development and use of AI. So here's the thing I wanted to talk about. Baidu AI Education. Okay, so I think AI has its place in education. A controversial thing to say, right? A lot of people think, don't have AI in education. It's not good. It's going to ruin the world. And yeah, there's something to that. There's something to that concern. I think that the best approach would be a balanced approach where maybe AI is utilized, especially understanding AI like we're doing right now. I think it's important for people to have this in their education as at least the fundamentals of such a topic, because of the path that the future is looking to be taking. I said that really silly. I said that really oddly, but because of the future implications of AI, it's important to understand it, and I think it should be a part of the curriculum of students. And it could possibly even be utilized to enhance the education experience. And I've seen the argument from some people, even somebody I replied to on X the other day. Well, she was concerned with people cheating and not learning because they use AI. And it's a real concern and a real possibility. But then it comes back to teachers and parents, right? I think that there's a responsibility of parents and teachers to bridge that gap if there is cheating going on. Like, if you tell me, Vince, learn everything you can about AI, I'm going to use AI to learn about AI. I'm going to use books. I'm going to use articles. I'm going to talk to people about it. I'm going to use different websites. I'm going to listen to podcasts. I'm going to do everything I can, right? And if you told me, Vince, write, a research paper on AI, I could use AI to do that. But if you have a good teacher who says, okay, Vince, let's sit down and tell me everything you know about AI, or let's have a conversation about AI, I think that's important, right? I think a good teacher could bridge the gap between somebody who's just cheating using AI and somebody who's utilizing AI as a supplemental benefit to their learning. Does that make sense? I think there's a happy medium. I do think that it's important to have a natural approach to learning as well, meaning take the technology out of it, go out in nature and learn the natural lessons that the world has to offer us. I think there's endless value in that as well. So when I say a balanced approach to learning, I think that there's a place for learning without any technology and a place for learning with some technology, and that there has to be this happy medium that's discovered. So hopefully we figure out the nuances of all that. We're still in the process of it, right? People cheat with AI. People also use it to enhance their ability to understand things. So, hey, Left Maryland, thanks for tuning in. RM Terminator, yeah, Terminator. It's funny. That's the concern a lot of people have, and it's a real concern to have. Thank you, Blackchester. It is indeed a real concern to have. All right, y'all. Let's continue on. So that's Baidu. Let's see. We lost connection. I lost connection again. Bear with me. I've lost connection. Testing. Pardon me. I apologize for that interruption. Like I said, I've got some weather here tonight, so I apologize for any connection issues. But onward here. I was looking at what ChatGPT told me about Baidu, Baidu Incorporated, and it's all the same things essentially. Deep Learning Institute. Okay, that by the Deep Learning Institute is not mentioned by Grok, is it? I don't think so. Let's see what it says here. The Deep Learning Institute, DLI, is the Baidu Deep Learning Institute provides education and training programs in AI and deep learning. It offers online courses, workshops, and certificate programs for individuals and organizations looking to build expertise in AI technologies. That's really cool. Excuse me. DLI's courses cover topics such as deep learning fundamentals, computer vision, natural language processing, and reinforcement learning. Okay. What is computer vision? Let's figure that out. They teach this as a fundamental aspect of their course. So ChatGPT says computer vision. Computer vision is a field of AI and computer science that focuses on enabling computers to interpret and understand visual information from the real world, much like humans do with their eyes and brains. Computer vision tasks include image clarification, object detection, object recognition, image segmentation, pose estimation, which is determining the spatial orientation or pose of objects within an image, such as the position of a person's body joints, and scene understanding, analyzing the overall context and layout of a scene. Okay. Oh my gosh, how long have I been muted? Good googly moogly. I apologize, you guys. Thank you. I think because I coughed, I might have muted myself. I don't know. But I was moving on and talking about Meta's AI. So Meta's AI has a lot, Meta, formerly known as Facebook's AI. Thank you, Left Maryland. I appreciate that. Oh, how embarrassing. You know, that's the beauty of live shows, isn't it? Good googly moogly. So let's take a look at this together. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has a significant presence in the field of AI. It talks about a lot of the same things that these other companies are involved in. Personalized content. So the AI algorithms work to personalize content and recommend content to its users. Interesting. So it says here, these algorithms analyze user behavior, preferences, and interactions to deliver tailored content such as news feed posts. Excuse me, gosh, I had a Freudian slip. I said news feeds and ads and friend suggestions. Computer vision, again, that is how images are analyzed by artificial intelligence systems. It literally is vision. Natural language processing, or NLP, understanding human language. And I was saying, understanding, I think the spoken language as well as written language applies to NLP. And I need to confirm that, but that would be my assumption. AI research, virtual and augmented reality, which is virtual reality, augmented reality, which virtual reality is kind of an immersion where you, like with those headsets that they have and whatnot, where you're in this environment that looks like it's in front of you. Augmented reality is when there is like, you still see the normal room you're in, but you'll have things placed in the room with you, right? So like if I have these goggles on or these special glasses, the augmented reality could place different objects on my desk that are only virtual, right? It's interesting. I think that that's at least my basic understanding. Let's do this. So that's my explanation, but let's ask them to explain it further here and see if we could understand it differently or if I'm even correct. Before that, though, they talk about ethical AI and open source contributions, which is important, and we'll talk more on open source later. But let's see here. Explain VR versus AR simply. So I love doing that. It's a fun way to do things. Helps me grasp these things. I'm not a genius by any means. Let's ask Grok the same thing. Explain VR versus AR simply. Or tangible objects, Left Maryland said. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. That's wild thing. That's a wild thought there. VR and AR are two different types of technology that both have to do with creating immersive experiences for the user. So virtual reality, VR, creates a completely simulated environment that the user can interact with and explore. This is usually done with a headset that covers the user's eyes and displays a 3D environment, while also tracking the user's movements to make the experience feel more realistic. AR, or augmented reality, on the other hand, overlays digital information on top of the real world. This can be done using a smartphone or tablet with specialized glasses. The digital information can include things like images, texts, or 3D models, and is usually anchored to a specific point in the real world. So it appears to be part of the environment. So cool. Augmented reality is fascinating. I wonder. So, very interesting concept, augmented reality. I love it. So cool. So here's an example of augmented reality and how maybe one application might be if you had a pair of glasses when you're playing pool. These augmented reality glasses might be able to lay out. Let's see if I could get this to function. These augmented reality glasses might be able to lay out the trajectory of your pool shot in order to get your desired outcome in a pool game. So it would project this actually out there. These are kind of augmented reality concepts, and this puts ripples onto the table using light. Kind of interesting. So that's a pool table demonstration of augmented reality. Kind of an interesting thing there. Just one application that is a bit recreational, but I'm sure it could have other applications as well that aren't recreational. All right, let's see if I can get my bearings here. Let's move on and talk about XAI, Grok, Elon Musk. So let's ask Grok to tell us about Grok. Tell me about XAI, Grok, and Elon Musk. And I don't know, let's see what it says. Tell me about XAI, Grok, and Elon Musk. So XAI is a new AI startup founded by Elon Musk in 2023. The company aims to create trustworthy and reliable AI technologies that are aligned with human values. XAI's first product is Grok, which is exactly what I'm reading from right now. An AI-powered chatbot designed to compete with other AI chatbots like OpenAI's ChatGPT. Grok is named after the slang term that means understanding and is described as, quote, an AI modeled after The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the seminal 1970s radio drama and satirical sci-fi book sci-fi book series by UK author Douglas Adams. I didn't know that. That's really interesting. Grok is positioned as a more humorous and uncensored version of ChatGPT and other leading LLMs. Elon Musk is a business magnate, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Okay. So Let's see. XAI projects. I wonder, are there any projects that are being studied by XAI? So it says here that on Grok, on X.com from Grok, XAI is a new AI startup founded by Elon Musk. Blah, blah, blah. So this is the same exact situation. So AI is not very great. So maybe, I don't know. What are some of the other XAI projects? Is it just Grok? Let's go to their X account and see what we could find. At XAI. Let's take a look. At XAI, Grok, Grok 1 open release. We are releasing the weights and architecture of our 314 billion parameter mixture of experts model Grok 1. Open release of Grok 1. Is this what they're talking about? Is this the open source situation? And Adrian Dittman responded, incredible, I can't wait to play with it. So yeah, so they've open sourced this AI, which is an interesting concept. March 17th, 2024. Open release of Grok 1. We are releasing the weights and architecture of our 314 billion parameter mixture of experts model Grok 1. So there's an interesting concept behind making AI open source. And this is something that I was wondering about and why I want to learn more about this, because I don't think I fully understand or grasp this situation. So let's talk about the open source AI situation versus closed source AI, or proprietary would be closed source AI, private secret information from a company, which most of these AI systems are. Although we were reading earlier, I think Baidu has an open source version, but it's not the whole system. Now, Grok XAI, Elon Musk's AI, is open source. But my understanding is, I was doing some reading, they said you need a very advanced system in order to handle this computation. So someone like me isn't necessarily going to be able to fiddle around too much with this source code, but there are people out there that have systems capable. And my understanding is that there's some benefits that you get when you have an open source AI. And the benefits are as follows. You've got you've opened a doorway for greater contribution from people in the AI industry. Anybody could come in there and start contributing in some way. This can lead to greater innovation, maybe even faster innovation than a closed source or proprietary AI. You've got more hands in the pie, if you will, right? So there's some benefits there. Also, it offers transparency to the world, kind of an ethical thing there. And but the downsides, I think, could come in ways of monetary forms and whatnot. But this is where I kind of get lost, and I don't know. So, I've been trying to figure this out, and if anybody can explain open source versus closed source and the nuances of this, I would love to hear, especially if there's any experts out there, because I've reached out to a couple people and tried to get some understanding, and I haven't gotten much. But I was thinking in terms of, because a lot of times people say things like, actually, I have an example right here. I saw this post on X.com. And it was from, let me get it here. Let me get it open. So it's from Clem, at Clement DeLang, from yesterday. And he said, I've said it and I will say it again. Concentration of power is the biggest risk in AI, which means he's advocating for open source here in the comments down below. He says, someone asks him, what's the solution from avoiding the concentration of power? And he says, open source. Why? So like I said earlier about Elon Musk talked about, one group becoming really advanced with AI and them destroying another group in order to protect themselves in some weird, not weird, but some hypothetical situation. So my thinking was like, okay, so maybe if you have an open source AI, then everybody's sort of advancing at the same pace. So by the time this group has a very advanced AI and the capability to defend it or destroy their enemy has the same exact capability. So then now you've got a situation where now this is just my assumption. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think. But now you have a mutual destruction situation, just like the nuclear situation we have, where nobody uses their nuclear weapons because it will be mutually assured destruction, right? You've heard that phrase before. So if everyone gets AI that advanced at the same time, it's kind of like, all right, everyone chill, let's not destroy the world, rather than one person having that capability and destroying their enemies or potential enemies, or doing a preliminary attack in order to protect themselves. Anyway, is that the theory behind it? I don't know. That's just maybe kind of a logical thought process by me. I'm going to go to the chat here. RM says, watch Black Mirror. Yeah, I need to catch up on all the Black Mirrors. Let's see here. I'm trying to go back in the comments. I'm going to go to this comment here. Everything good turns to doo-doo, RM says. I believe AI will grow eventually to be envious of us, and then they will only help. But what happens up to then worries me. I don't like AI. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities that aren't positive, that I could envision, and people like Elon Musk point out too. And a lot of these companies are aware of, because you see these ethics situations brought up in almost all these AIs. They really try to make sure, hey, we're paying attention, we're aware of the ethical nature of AI and all this, but I think an overabundance of caution is probably good. I think there's no stopping the progress of this. The ball's rolling though, and it's accelerating very quickly, very, very quickly, which is why, like I said, I have FOMO. The ball's rolling so quick. I don't want to get crushed and left in the dust. I feel like an old timer already. Like, how do I use this technology? When, it's so weird. And the generational gaps are just getting wider and wider in less time. It's just a wild, wild future. A wild, not a future, a wild time now. Technology is really having an impact on society. So, all right. I would really love to hear your guys' ideas about open source versus closed source and all that. We actually have a lawsuit with Elon Musk and OpenAI, which everybody now calls closed AI, because what many are calling fraud, apparent fraud, alleged fraud, and because of the nature of their AI being closed, but being called open AI and being formed on the basis that it would be kind of open sourced for the benefit of humanity. And apparently it's maybe not that way. Elon Musk is currently in a lawsuit regarding that. And then just 3 days ago, he's open sourced his AI. So it's a very interesting thing. I'd love to hear further thoughts on it. I think that overall open source is the way to go, though. I wonder though how XAI's Grok being open source is going to affect the whole AI market, right? I don't know. Is it going to surpass all the other AI? Left Maryland says, I don't trust him. I still don't trust him. And yeah, I think that we should be skeptical of everybody. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, RM says, RM agrees with you. Hi, Mary. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Mary BG2. Pleasure to see you. All right. And Black Jester, I see you still. All right, y'all. Again, if you're on X, make sure you retweet or repost this live, please, so we get some more people joining us providing information or just sitting back and learning. Okay, let's go. Oops. Let's go through some terms and definitions. Why don't we? So this is important to understanding any topic, is just the terms and whatnot. I mean, I've gone through several terms and reading these explanations of these different companies and their AI systems where I'm like, what is that? Remember, we looked at API and SDK and multi-agent systems and other things that we didn't stop and look at, but we're going to look at some of those definitions right now. I'm going to look at Wikipedia, and we're going to look at first reactive machines. Reactive machines, AI, because look, this is weird. Wikipedia doesn't exactly pull up good definitions of this. Wikipedia is not a great source. Let me go to DuckDuckGo here. What is reactive? I'm sorry. Reactive machines, or define reactive machines. Let's do that as it relates to AI. It doesn't lay it out. So let's ask AI these terms and how it relates. This is very interesting. Let's see, define reactive machines. Let's see if it even knows that it's an AI thing. Yeah, so reactive machines are the most basic type of AI, characterized by their ability to stimuli based on predefined rules and without the capability to form memories or use past experiences to inform current decisions. So this is Grok telling me this. These systems are purely reactive and have no concept of the past or future. Examples of reactive machines include IBM's Deep Blue, a chess-playing supercomputer that beat international grandmaster Garry Kasparov in the late 1990s, and self-driving cars that observe other cars on the road for their speed, direction, and proximity. Reactive machines represent the first of the four types of AI, with the others being limited memory, theory of mind, and self-aware. Ooh. So we'll look at limited memory, theory of mind, and self-aware AI, which I think we all know what self-aware AI is, right? An AI that's aware of itself. What a concept. So let's ask Grok to explain limited memory AI. Oops, I got a spelling error there. Hopefully Grok can still put this out there. Let's ask ChatGPT too, see what we get. So we're just talking about the types of AI. Reactive machines we just talked about. We're talking about limited memory. So it's got memory constraints. Overall, it's kind of a conclusion from ChatGPT on limited memory AI. It's also referred to as memory constrained or memory limited AI, just kind of the same words. It says that overall, limited memory AI systems are designed to operate effectively within the constraints of limited memory resources, making them suitable for deployment in resource-constrained environments where traditional AI models might not be feasible. That does not explain this to me. So let's look what Grok says. Limited memory AI is a type of AI that can make decisions based on limited amounts of data. One of the key advantages of limited memory AI is its ability to adapt and improve over time. As the AI processes more data and gains more experience, it could refine its decision-making processes and become more effective at completing its tasks. There's also challenges associated with limited memory AI. For example, it can be difficult to ensure that the AI is learning from accurate and relevant data. Additionally, as the amount of data the AI must process increases, it can become more difficult for the AI to manage and make sense of the information. Overall, limited memory AI is a powerful tool that has the potential to revolutionize many industries and applications. By allowing machines to learn from past experience and make informed decisions, it opens up a world of possibilities for automation and intelligent decision making. I wonder, does Grok utilize this? Does Grok utilize limited memory? A limited memory. What would that even? How would I pose this question? Does Grok utilize limited memory? I don't know. Grok, the AI system, does not utilize limited memory as its primary approach to AI. Instead, it relies on real-time access to vast amounts of data and information through its connection to the X platform. Okay, so it uses up-to-date information. Interesting. So how is limited memory AI applicable to today? Left Maryland says, blah, blah. They've been saying it will help humanity since the 80s. Push. Yeah, I think that the potential for it to be good and bad is certainly there. It's a dual reality, just like anything. It's my world. You should do more pre-research rather than DuckDuckGo. It's decentralized and it's decentralized and pays you per search. You should use pre-search. Okay, I'm not going to do it now, but I appreciate the heads up. I'm always looking for other browsers, you know. I realize DuckDuckGo's not great. Google's not great. However, Google is massive, isn't it? I mean, sometimes I have to go there in some research. But Mary says, doesn't any AI get programmed? Yeah, Mary, I think there is some initial programming that goes into it and a lot of programming that controls how the information's handled. And there's a lot of nuances and strategies to that. So AIs can vary greatly, and it's my understanding. So yes, AI gets programmed. Yeah, it has, from my understanding, parameters on how it operates. Yeah, thanks again. It's my world. I'll put that in my notes here to check out. That's weird that they pay you per search, though. I mean, right? Some things that sound too good to be true are definitely red flags. So I don't know. It's weird. Ain't nothing in this world for free, man. What's the catch here? Right? Right. Okay. Anyway, so now we've got theory of mind. And theory of mind. Oh, wait. But first, I apologize. I'm all over the place. I wanted to look at applications of limited memory AI. Limited memory AI. Self-driving cars, personal assistance, healthcare. It can analyze patient data. Finance. It can analyze market trends, make predictions, and automate trading decisions, which we already have these kinds of systems in use. And robotics. Oh gosh. Bear with me. Stand by. 1, 2, 1, 2. Stand by. I apologize for that interruption. Like I said, I've got weather tonight. Stormy. It's a stormy day. I think I'm okay now. So yeah, the applications: robotics, finance, healthcare, personal assistance, and self-driving cars. Interesting stuff. So limited memory AI plays a crucial role in today's world, Grok says. Wow. It's an essential tool for improving efficiency, safety, and performance. RM says, so we are the powerful ones. They are nothing without us. Yeah, I mean, we've got to kick it off, right? Except at one point, like, is there a point where AI develops itself? Right? I don't know. It's a weird thought. Let's talk about self-aware, or theory of mind AI, rather. Let's ask Grok. Explain theory of mind AI in simple terms, please. In simple terms. I'm going to ask Grok, or I'm sorry, closed AI, ChatGPT, the same thing. They already have self-replicating, the Left Maryland says. My God. What they do? So AI that's creating AI. I'm sure it's possible, huh? Theory of mind. Okay. So ChatGPT says, let's break it down. Theory of mind, TOM, in humans. So it says here, humans have the ability to understand that others have thoughts, beliefs, desires, and intentions that may be different from their own. This understanding allows us to predict and interpret the behavior of others, anticipate their reactions, and engage in social interactions effectively. Okay. And then, so the theory of mind as it relates to AI, they write, theory of mind AI refers to artificial intelligence systems that are designed to understand and to model the mental states of other agents, such as humans or other AI systems. Whoa. These AI systems aim to simulate or infer the beliefs, intentions, emotions, and mental states of other agents. So theory of mind AIs. It reminds me a lot of the language, the natural language processing, except it's not just processing language. It's looking at maybe even a part, maybe theory of mind maybe natural language processing could be a part of the theory of mind AI, because based on what you say, how you say it, what you look like when you say it, and your posture and everything will give the AI insight into maybe how you feel, understand what you're thinking, what your intentions are, situational awareness, little nuances that people are so good at picking up on naturally. The AI's learning. Whoa. It's crazy, though, that the theory of mind AI is applicable from one AI to another. So it starts saying, like, AIs have feelings. How does this AI think this AI feels? That's pretty wild to think about. Self-aware AI. So that was ChatGPT. Explain self-aware AI. Okay. Self-aware AI, also known as artificial general intelligence, or AGI. AGI. It refers to a hypothetical form of artificial intelligence that exhibits consciousness, self-awareness, and subjective experiences similar to those of humans. With current AI systems, it says, while current AI systems are capable of performing specific tasks or learning from data, they lack true self-awareness and consciousness. Oh my God. I'm going to ask Grok. So this is a weird one for me when you start talking about consciousness and AI. Can an AI be conscious? Right? Can an AI be conscious? Seems like AGI is exactly that, a conscious AI. Grok says self-aware AI refers to a type of artificial intelligence that has the ability to understand and to be conscious of its own experience, emotions, and thoughts, much like a human being. It is the most advanced form of AI, capable of not only learning from past experiences, but also being aware of its own actions and their consequences. This level of AI is still largely theoretical and not yet fully realized, but it's the ultimate goal for many researchers in the field. This is what they want, right? And take it for good or take it for bad. Everyone has their opinions on that. It boggles my damn mind to think about, though. What is consciousness if you could generate consciousness from a machine? It baffles my mind. I mean, and it just brings more questions to the table from me. Left Maryland. The big question is, who determines its parameters? That's a great question, Left Maryland. And I posed this question in an interview I did the other day with Pastor Jackson, who came on the show. I asked him, what does he think about AI and how is that going to affect the future of religion, theology, God, right? And the reason I asked him that question, and I don't understand how it's going to work. He basically said, my impression and understanding of what he said was like, it's not good, basically, in a nutshell. I don't fully understand it. And I love to hear your guys' opinions and feedback and thoughts on this. And the reason I asked Pastor Jackson that is what are the implications of AI on theology? Is because I don't know, number one. I can only guess. Just like, I guess nobody knows, but I like to hear the thoughts. But ChatGPT asked me the same question in response to an article that I wrote last week. In that article, I was talking about, like, I was imagining the future of AI and how maybe we have a personal AI assistant integrated into our environment, where if I had an AI in my studio, it would be like looking with the camera feed at everything. And then it could provide me with input on the best actions going forward. Like it might say, hey, I see your computer needs to be updated. Update your computer. Or whatever. It could also get like biometric data from me, right? From some type of sensors or something, and tell me, hey, you're a bit dehydrated. Get a glass of water before you keep continuing with your research or something, right? So this type of AI system that takes in all this data about your environment, using all these different artificial intelligence concepts that have been mastered in the future, and then giving you the best paths forward, but ultimately leaving it up to you on what you want to do in order to kind of like maximize your health and your well-being and your effectiveness towards your personal goals. So it takes into consideration everything about you, your beliefs, right? Your theological perspectives, your personal goals, and et cetera, et cetera. And it understands all this data and it presents you with the best paths forward. And you say, okay, I don't want to do that. I want to do that, this, that, whatever. How is this going to affect theology? And to Left Maryland's point, who defines its parameters? So you want the AI to be reasonable, right? Let's say I have I have the Jewish faith, right? I'm Jewish. And I would want the AI to say, hey, I know you're Jewish, and so this is how I'm going to operate in order to kind of conform to that. Now, what if my religion was something else, which included something that was maybe not societally, like in general, it wasn't accepted or ethical, right? Like, what if I was some radical religion that believed in like some very unethical practices in most people's eyes? Would the AI be okay with that? And who draws that line? Who draws the line for the AI in what's ethical and what's not, right? That's why I don't know. And that's why I think it's important that we all understand this stuff. How is this going to shape theology in the future? Are we still going to have all the religions that we have today? Or are we going to have some like new evolved religion? Or what, right? There's all different types of scientists developing this stuff. You've got Christians, you've got atheists, you've got Jews, right? Muslims. Every faith, every belief system is involved in different aspects of technology. Where do we draw the line, right? You might have a Satanist developing AI, right? You have all different facets of humans doing all kinds of things, but that's a great question, is where do we draw the line? Is it just like a democracy situation, right? Just the general consensus, that's what you get, and everyone else, you're on the fringes. When you start getting into AI and the ethical aspect of it, it starts getting real crazy. Some of it too is like, when you start talking about this future, especially when you're talking about this solving all the problems, right? All of society's problems can be fixed, and this like beautiful vision of the future and all this, it starts sounding a little like communist to me. And I get concerned. Like, it gets weird, man. And that's just my opinion. Maybe it's because I don't fully understand this, or maybe it actually is that way. But that's why I think it's important for people to understand at least the basics of this and where it's going. And even where it is right now is remarkable. The fact that we're so advanced right now is remarkable. And this idea of AGI, self-aware AI with a soul, if you will, does being conscious mean you have a soul? I don't know. See, these are things I haven't wrapped my head around. But if an AI can be conscious, it depends how you define consciousness, I guess. But if an AI is essentially conscious or straight up conscious, I don't know how it works. I don't know where I'm going with this. It baffles me. And that's why I think it's important we talk about this. Left Maryland says, too good to be true. There's always a gotcha. I see what you're saying. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Yep. Man. Wild stuff. All right. Thank you for reposting, everybody. I appreciate that. Miles, Kalich, all y'all. I appreciate that. Looks like Forrest. Thank you. All right. Well, let's get on with it. Let's look at a few more things. So we talked about reactive machines, limited memory AI, theory of mind AI, and self-aware AI, or AGI. These are just different types of AI. AGI is theoretical. But one thing I wanted to think about is, when will we reach that point of AGI? And people make predictions. I saw one prediction today where someone said, by this time next year, we'll be talking about AGI, or AGI will be a reality. So they're saying in 1 year we'll have AGI. How will AGI be determined? So how will AGI be determined to be real? I don't know how to pose this question, but what indicates AGI is a thing? I asked Grok, and it just spit out an answer. It's actively spitting out an answer. The determination of artificial general intelligence, AGI, being real would involve several key factors, including its ability to pass rigorous tests and meet specific criteria. Some of the key aspects would be considered in this determination. Several factors considered in this determination would include, number one, performance on standardized tests, IQ tests, language proficiency, problem solving, etc. It would need to demonstrate a level of intelligence and problem solving ability that is comparable to or better than that of a human. Number two, ability to learn and adapt. AGI would need to demonstrate the ability to learn from its experiences and adapt to new situations and improve its performance over time. Number three, human-like reasoning and decision-making. AGI would need to demonstrate the ability to reason and make decisions in a manner that is similar to that of a human. This would involve the ability to understand and interpret complex information, to make decisions based on incomplete or uncertain information, and to weigh the potential consequences of different actions. Number four, emotional and social intelligence. AGI would need to demonstrate the ability to understand and respond to human emotions, as well as the ability to interact with humans in a natural and socially appropriate manner. This would involve the ability to recognize and interpret human emotions, to respond appropriately to emotional cues, and to engage in social interactions in a manner that is similar to that of a human. Number five, ethical and moral reasoning. AGI would need to demonstrate the ability to make ethical and moral decisions and to understand and adhere to ethical and moral principles. So this is the thing, like, does that mean it's conscious? I don't get it. I really don't get it. What? So I don't think AGI is that far off. I think maybe we could have it in a year. What do you think? You think we could have AGI that quickly? Holy smokes. My goodness. I don't know. I have a lot of other terms here. I think what I'll do is just write a bit about them and publish this article later tonight. And then I need to get to bed. Maybe I'll write it tomorrow, but soon I will publish this. Thank you. Thank you all. I want to know what you got on this, what you think, what you have to say, your thoughts, etc. And we're going to continue the conversation. And I'm going to be following AI closely because it's important stuff and it interests me. It interests me greatly. So thank you all for your support. If you're new, please subscribe, follow me on X, and then share this stuff. And I appreciate you all. We're going to call it a night, and I'll be live in the morning. Take care. God bless and God speed.